This scholarship has been a game changer. It has given me the financial breathing room to be able to focus on my education and creative growth without having to constantly worry about how I'm going to make ends meet. It has also allowed me to invest in materials that I need as a designer, materials like software and printing costs. Graphic design is a pretty expensive field to enter into, and this scholarship has really made the difference. There are really no words to express how grateful I am for the support and generosity that you all provide for students. What you are really doing is so much more than financial. It's investing in our futures, in our lives, in our dreams, and in the work that we will go on to make. Clatsop Community College Foundation approached me and asked me to do this video. I said yes. And so these experiences gives people opportunities that they never thought that they would have.
I was having a hard time finding something that I was passionate about, and I knew that I liked welding from, the times that I've had to do it, and I thought that I would take it, and I ended up really liking it, and I finished, and I'm getting my certification here in a couple weeks. I was unprepared, that I didn't know how much things were going to cost and how much resources and how much money I would have to put into taking my classes, such as consumables for clothes, gloves, and things like that. The process that I'm taking is dual shield, unlimited, so I can weld up to 3/8 of an inch material up to 1 inch and above. Weld shop, it has one of the most beautiful shops I've ever seen. They have a lot of equipment. I mean, I've never seen so many TIG welders in my life, and it's just great here. A lot of stress taken off my back. I could come in and just be passionate and not have to worry about these classes and how much they're going to cost. It's amazing. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to take these classes or do anything like that without the scholarships and the grants that I got. I thought you had to be a straight A 4.0 student to get scholarships, and it turns out that you don't really have to.
Going into college, it was really important to me that I went debt-free and that I also didn't cause my parents to go under any financial burden from college. My first course of action was to apply for FAFSA, but then I didn't qualify for FAFSA, and so things got a little bit more difficult. So I really depended on applying for scholarships, and luckily I did get enough scholarships to cover most of my tuition, and then whatever wasn't covered by scholarships, I paid or my dad paid. I am studying to operate vessels at the merchant mariner level, so I will be a civilian sailor. I won't be with the military in any way, shape, or form, but what we do here is we're basically getting the building blocks to starting in a maritime career, and actually it'll give us a jump start. I've gotten a few scholarships from the foundation. They weren't large scholarships, but I obviously really appreciate any help I can get. It took a larger burden off of me because I was paying a good amount of my tuition at that point. Giving me that little extra push definitely took up a lot more burden, especially because we have emergency stuff that happens and you have to be able to afford that.
What would you say to the donors who made this scholarship possible?
I would say thank you so much for everything you've done, creating scholarships for students who, like me, who want to go into a career, especially a specialized career, where a lot of scholarships don't even recognize that schools have maritime science programs. In the long term, becoming a pilot would be absolutely fantastic. I think that would be a great career. But if I can't reach that, even just being a captain of a vessel, that's really all I want to do, is just captain a boat.
Once I got into trio, it was like everything was so easy after that.
Trio is awesome.
Yeah, I always wanted to go back to college all throughout my 20s, but it just seemed like so impossible to go back to school, to have that extra bill essentially for tuition. The Clatsop Community College would be a great place because I knew that it was smaller and I would get a little bit more one-on-one experience and help. It's exactly what I thought it would be. Having the scholarship in my second year really helped me free up some time, go down to one job, which allowed me to put myself in more leadership roles and get more out of my college experience on campus, be more involved. Maybe one of my favorites is being PTK president and getting people involved, leading the meetings and being there to answer people's questions and help them through the process of PTK and college and scholarships and everything. Without this scholarship, I think I wouldn't have become the confident person I am right now through college. Being able to step back because of this scholarship in a work setting really allowed me to focus more on my student journey and my leadership skills and building those. And so because of the donors, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to have more confidence in myself.